All right, and we live.
Say when. What is good, people of YouTube, people of audio podcasts, wherever you may be listening to? Welcome back to another episode of PopsCast, hosted this week by your boy CK2T and one daughter. Yes. I'm on the ting with two.
The ting with two.
The ting with two. Introduce yourselves.
Hey, you already know what it is. It's your boy Mars. I've been sitting here, chilling like a villain. I don't know. I'm just Mars.
The
Y'all know
Pixel
me.
God.
Y'all
already know it's Tez. The other father of two. The other alpha of two. We ain't gonna say that. We ain't gonna say the alpha of one because we ain't got no boys yet. But we managed two around in this house.
Yes. Episode 12, ladies and gentlemen. It's funny because like we were talking about here, having our children and whatnot, this subject actually came to me because of my experience the last few weeks with the birth of my son and with the whole process and with everything that's been going on. And I'm curious to hear stories from you guys with this particular subject. But if you guys see in the thumbnail, the title is, do grandparents know better than the actual parents? Now, everybody's situation is different. I know, Tez, you have some family out here, but I'm assuming that you do live near Kira's family, correct?
Yeah.
So you deal with that?
Definitely, yeah.
Right, and then Mars...
It definitely be something different because, I got to actually... My parents... I have stories from, back home relatives and some from the relatives here, too, but I know I'd have way more if it was we were back home with mom and them.
I see, and I can imagine. And then Mars, I know your parents just moved right down the street. I don't know if it's really down the street, but they in your hood now.
10 minutes, yeah.
Yeah.
He said that's so sad and depressing. He's like, 10 minutes away. All right.
I still live in California with both sets of grandparents from my children. And so basically the reason why I want to talk about this is because I just want to hear stories coming from you guys as well. And I'm going to start it off by saying this. Now, obviously, we've all gone through it. You have families and everything that are just so in tuned and want to know everything that's going on, especially during the process of your child being, or child's, if you're Tez, being born. And you got everybody wanting updates and they want the text. This is how's she doing? How's this happening? Blah, 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 blah. Which is one side of it. And then when baby, or again in Tez's word, because he had twins, I keep mentioning it because I have to, babies come out, then that's when all of the advice starts to flow. And when I say advice, in the words of the grandparents, that's when all of the actual what you're supposed to do starts to flow in their mind. That doesn't mean that's what's supposed to actually happen, but in their mind, what they say and what they're telling you to do is what you need to be doing, because now all of a sudden your kids became their kids, because that's just how it goes in the world. Grandparents,
grandkids, they go, yeah, that's my
no. That's the thing. It's their kids until it's too inconvenient. My son, he's good. Everything's fine. But the fact and the point of what I'm bringing that up for is that he's been in the NICU for almost a month now. He was born on the 8th of July. So with that comes, especially with Corona time, we can only have one at a time, and it's just the parents that can go visit. So it'll be Carly or myself. But with that, we have both sets of parents always checking up and making sure that they are giving their opinion on what needs to happen. Now, mind you, he had some brain trauma that he is killing right now, and you wouldn't even know anymore. But we have doctors and specialists that are telling us and helping him and giving him the therapies and doing what they're supposed to be doing. But then we get text messages from people who have never gotten a PhD or any kind of education in the field of relearning how to suck, and he has to. He's strengthening his throat and strengthening the ability to suck. So one of the therapies with that is to use a pacifier, and my mom cannot stand it. Why can't one of you guys just go and use your finger? I'm like, well, it's all kinds of craziness. So all that being said, I'm so curious to hear from you guys. I need to hear this because it's been driving me crazy. Before, it was one thing, when it's her parents, because her parents drive me insane. But then my mom has been on another level this time around. Love you to death, mama. But it's this reality of the situation, what's going on. So I need to know. Keep me sane. Now, going back, or even right now, and I want to start with you, Mars. Talk to me. Is it a situation, and we joke around all the time about, when I send Anaya over to, Carly's parents, and then she comes back to me, I have to reboot her back to being a normal human being because she goes crazy.
When like we're still getting, like, my parents only been down here about a month and a half now, so being around them and seeing what they do with Millie is still, still a work in progress, right? I
Right.
mean, right now it's still, I will call it the honeymoon phase, right? They're still like kind of respecting the boundaries a little bit, but they're trying to feel the air and we're trying to feel the air. But I know for a fact, give it a couple more months. Once they get really acclimated down here and really settled in, there's going to be a lot of different things going on. Like for instance,
hold on now, Jamar.
Pretty much,
take her back.
Like, it's not even that. It's just like, my dad is he loves this girl, like to the, like, he'll do anything for her,
Shout out,
no matter what.
Fuzz, man.
I'm over that page.
You never loved me like that.
I've learned to accept the fact that they didn't move down here for me, not one bit. Like I got rid of that week one. I had to get rid of that. Like,
it's like, oh, y'all missed
me.
You know what?
What?
We just wanted Millie.
Yeah, like that moment, the first time they came to the house, spent time with Millie, and left before I even got home from work. That's when I knew. That's the moment I knew. Like, oh, okay.
Damn.
But yeah, one of the things that I already had to have like a little conversation with my parents about is we don't want Millie. I tell you this, we say this all the time. We don't want Millie watching TV on the phone, and my
still proceed to go and do it.
Yeah, they just do it anyway.
This is before. Well, we had told them like in like passing, like, yeah, we don't let Millie watch things on the phone or whatever, blah blah blah, and that was it. But I guess they didn't take that like, oh, so we can't do it, right? Oh no, we can still do it. So they're just minding their business, and they send us pictures of Millie, and she has my dad's phone watching a show, and I was like, first Katie was like, this is a red flag, and I was like, yeah, this is a red flag. I actually agree too, because like that's the one thing, we don't have rules like that. We don't like we didn't give my parents rules because like I said, everybody's getting used to each. They had no problem with it. It was cool. I was like, listen, we just don't want Millie to watch TV on the phone. And it was, oh, okay, cool, no problem. We won't let it happen again. Now, I don't know what they're doing behind closed doors. They can have the phone.
At least you ain't gonna see her
right.
doing it.
At least I'm not gonna see it, and I'm not gonna know about it. And then a little things like maybe because sometimes when babies, because this was another thing too, like when babies first wake up. So my parents that came over, and when babies first wake up, if people don't know who are listening to this, their temperature is high when they first wake up a little bit, like they feel warm.
Man, they
right.
The
so
twins be like hot. I'm like, why are y'all so damn hot?
I don't even know why that's the thing, but it's a thing. So my parents came over. Millie had just woke. Right. But they was trying to give medicine, take temperature. I was like, she just woke up. And so it's kind of them relearning how to be a parent too. Like, because Andre is the youngest one. So he's like, 28 years since they had like a baby, So I don't know. We haven't really like I said, it's still fresh, man.
So never really had moments of them pressing what they did with you guys on Miliana yet. Like you never had that. Not yet.
Yes and no, because Millie is a very picky eater, and the doctor recommends like, oh, maybe she should eat this food.
Because you might like donuts. That don't mean you need to be giving her donuts on nonstop.
Hey,
Oh
that's like Jills
no.
and Jazz, like one like crepes and nothing like waffles. That's all one needs. Like, look, I ain't finna get in here and whip no crepes or no waffles up, maybe, but once a week. Y'all better learn how to eat something
You
else.
gonna make pancakes. That's what you're gonna do. One like crepes, the other one like waffles. You gonna sit there and make them pancakes.
Combination of both. There you
Split
go.
the difference. Yeah, split the difference.
I can punch holes.
Just let her. That's all she eats right now. Is just those little the fruit pouches or the pouches with the different flavors pouches, and she loves mac and cheese. So I mean,
that's just a
the
baby
easy
thing,
mac.
man.
Yeah,
I'm curious to hear you, Tez, when you get to that point when they're eating like that. I think that's just mac and cheese is just a
mac and
universal
cheese.
baby love.
Okay, so if I can interject before I get my turn to answer the question, as far as the twins eating, my girls, they eat or they will gum down just about anything. Rise through it. And I mean, like they've had Kira's made French toast and they've gummed that down. I'm like, yo, you just be. It's like it's soft. I was like, you right, true. It don't take long for it to dissolve.
As
Like,
long
but
as
they
it's small pieces,
they've had just about everything I could think of, like peanut butter, most of the stuff that you would assume or may have in general consume small portion of.
That's not how it works. They got to go through it, and then that's what happens. So that's the crazy
Dre,
thing
I was gonna say something about that too, man. Like I've seen it a couple of times with YouTube and on Facebook. Every couple, like, and it doesn't keep happening, but at first it's like, yo, we'll be right back. Like you can still hear our audio, but the video just vanish. So it might be something on YouTube's end, it might be something on Facebook's end also, or and you won't have to worry about that. Just a friendly heads up. I forgot to throw that out there. CK, you were talking about the grandparent stuff already.
Oh, see, I didn't even notice there was a thing going on. But yeah, before we move on to from the food and before Tez, little brother was hella picky. Now he's a walking trash can. So
I think
trash can.
For Millie, or it might be just a baby thing in general. I think it's a texture thing, right?
Yeah,
Millie,
see, that's another thing too. Yeah, that's a kid thing for sure.
She'll pick it up. I'm like, oh no. For Millie, is texture thing, and like mac and cheese is just the noodles is very easy to. And her back teeth. Oh yeah, her back teeth are coming in too.
The molars.
Like, yeah. That's the fun stuff. So yeah, she don't be eating a lot. That's another reason why she's not eating too much.
I gotta get one of my wisdom teeth out like in the next month.
You do and I'm very blessed with that because
that's a good thing.
I know, trust me, and I'm very happy about it because I was genuinely concerned. I thought I wouldn't be mad at her, and I'm sure Mars is not mad at Millie. It's just that's what kids, kids, I feel like a lot more kids are picky than not picky, so that's a normal thing.
Yeah.
I'm hoping the twins keep their. It's a little tart, but hold on, Mama, this might be a little good. Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. That's right. I'll take that.
Yeah, no, that's weird. But Tez, yeah, you had any run-ins? Because like I said, I know that you are in that period where this is where they speak up the loudest.
We've just had like her mom would definitely give us some tips and tricks, and a lot of times it was the stuff she did with Kira and her brother when they were growing up.
Yep,
and not
that's
that
always what it is.
Not that it didn't work. Too. It's like, how do we get her to stop crying? What are they crying for? I'm tired.
Why
you
is one
tired?
Crying and the other one not crying.
It's like what but some of the stuff worked, but then started crying and my grandma was like, what's she crying about? I was like, she had because Jazz, unfortunately, her stomach's really sensitive to acidic type fruits, so when she has a poo, it doesn't matter. I think the window is like between 10 and 15 minutes, but they use this is like if she's had it last, she hasn't pooped for the day, but when she does, she was like, yeah, don't worry about that, just put you some witch hazel and pat that and blow dry it. I was like,
I'm saying
I said, hold on, Granny, time out. Where the hell you get witch hazel?
Like, right, that's what I'm saying. I don't even know if they still selling witch hazel, man.
A little bit, they fresh pee diaper. I'm like, Granny, what I get? And you don't get me wrong, because I've seen her do some of this with my younger cousins way before I was even close to becoming a parent, and these old head remedies work. It's just like because when her mother comes over to help with the kids or to help us feed or just see her grandbabies, she just spends time with them. We handle most of all the heavy stuff, but I know everything under the nines, and I'm like, hold on, ain't these my kids? Not today. I'm like, you know what? I'm actually gonna take that. I'm like, you know what? Have at it. Get your grandbabies.
Yeah. And that's the thing, like, and I think it was something you said earlier. None baby, because now it's one thing when it's your baby, it's one thing when it's you and their kid, but now it's their grandbaby. It's like, oh my goodness, you can't do nothing wrong. So like, in no way, shape, or form, it's just, as the parent, it gets real frustrating sometimes because we get it from
that version of old school meets traditional Caribbean old school. I'm like, boy, how does that even mix?
It doesn't. It literally doesn't. We got one side who is like, baby's crying.
Katie's parents are, because Katie's mixed as well. So her mom's white and her dad's Spanish. So, and then my parents 100% black. So it would be a different culture. I didn't even realize that until just now. There's going to be, of course, differences in raising them. But I mean, no,
I think it's situational. I just think it depends, because
you have to take it with a grain of salt. Back in the day, things that they we didn't know the repercussions of what it was going to do later, right? Months, like
that boy, a borderline alcoholic in the crib. He going through withdrawal.
And also there are things that weren't around when we were babies, or even when they were babies, like that whole alcohol and whiskey thing. Now they have the gum numbing gel. Take it with your grain of salt. Pick and choose what you think the method you should go with. In my opinion, I don't think they should know it all. But
that's exactly where I was going to go with it, because like I said, it's all coming from a place of love. It's all coming from a place of them caring for their grandparents, but then it's still up to the parent to then take what you want to take. Of course, they're going to still try and push it, and you'll be like, yes, mom, cool, got you. Yeah, but you accept what you accept. And think about, because it's just we've been going through it with Anaya, but it just came back full force all over again with Malik now, because now he's brand new and everybody's making sure he's good and this and that. So it was just something that I was just like, yo, this would be a great topic to bring to the table. I'm so curious to hear what
out yet, like, at all. I used it as a grown up because I was a big dude, but I ain't never seen nobody use it on a baby. I'm like, what are y'all? What is this shit made for?
I think I've used Anaya's baby powder more myself than I have for her
actual baby butt. Like, yeah.
So that's a
a baby shower, and everybody gives you all the stuff. We got all these gifts. We got a bucket. Elvis took all the baby powder and threw it out, because he was like, this stuff causes cancer. Don't use it. And I did research on it after that, and it does. Like, there's a whole big where, like, if you have some type of cancer that
it's the first thing I need. I couldn't even finish baby powder. I couldn't even finish typing baby powder.
And like, you can sue. Well, you can file for a claim, and you can get a lot of money because you've been using baby powder, yo. Like, it's crazy. So no, we haven't been using it.
In diaper rashes and stuff.
I know, because Millie was getting a little bit, like, a lot of diaper rashes and stuff from like her little butt that gets red and stuff. So I know for a fact that's what the instance that we will put. All right, let's put some baby powder.
Using Desitin for that.
That's Pennington. That's what we're using as well. But
I was just like, we never use this. She runs hot, so maybe this will help her with her little chafing. And I used it probably like 2 times. But yeah, I still have the one from she was born in 2017. I still have this. It's this tiny little baby one that we had in her training station.
Sold out.
we never used it. I guess now I got
that was
sold out to the
another thing my grandmother was talking about.
But see,
I mean,
that's
trying to put no cornstarch down in my pans and open up and I got a whole loaf of bread or some shit down there. I'm good. I'm straight.
She might be on or something there.
Yeah,
though. I don't know.
definitely check out DI research on the baby powder. I can't I was uninformed and I was about to curse Elvis out like, yo, you throwing away all this good baby powder, but
Touch with that. Oh, that's funny. So my next one isn't so much about grandparents. Another one where I just wanted to have a conversation with you guys about this because it is something that it is a conversation I had with Carly as far as what's going to go on with Malik and Anaya going forward. But with everything going on, COVID stuff and whatnot, and the numbers have been.
they took it off, man.
But point of what I'm bringing is with all that going up and it's summertime, we do know that the winter is going to be a little bit scary. Because I mean we know what the coronavirus for COVID-19 is a strain of. It is a strain of the flu, and when is flu season? That's wintertime.
It breeds heavily in cold.
And us and whatnot. But I was like, yo, that's gonna get cut out. So because Anaya, it's crazy because Anaya, and I don't know if maybe just because she's older, her immune system's stronger or whatnot. But Anaya used to get sick a lot. It wouldn't be for long, but she would get colds a lot, and that's not what I'm trying to get at. I'm just saying, these quarantines have been working, as far as controlling where she is at, who she's, what's the word I'm looking for? She's controlling who she. Wintertime is going to be a time where we need to be taking this real serious, and just as fathers, knowing that especially you too, Tess, because you got snowy, you're gonna be up there in the north with that.
Man,
whether I know you over certain parts, you get everything because you're over there in Atlanta. You get them hurricanes, you get their snow, so you get everything, thunders and whatnot. Luckily, I don't have to worry about snow. We just got Big Bear area. It just went a little bit further than because Big Bear normally gets snow like that, which is one of our mountains in California, but it went out a little bit further past Big Bear, so people were like freaking out, like, oh my gosh, it's snowing down here and we're not up in the mountain, what the hell's going on? But yeah, it did, but of course it hit the floor and it didn't stand a chance. Here's how you guys are going into this. I mean, obviously you're going to go into it being safe because would handle a situation like what's going on right now, but just as parents, just a little bit more worried, just because especially with you, Tez, and myself, our kids are a little bit younger, so immune systems still are being built. Mars,
for me, at his house, no shots. I've been lucky enough to not have my babies experience any type of sickness yet. I mean, I know their vaccines. The twins have, their immune system is quite strong. Like, they've been around a lot of people, in a lot of stuff so far, and luckily nothing. And when COVID can start going back outside, reamp that back up, only go out when needed. My job will probably have us in the house again, like stupidly locked over. Like, bro, they got dumb numbers. Like, just so the Alberta, they got stupid numbers, like in the thousands. I'm like, why? What y'all? And then down here, I think we just have maybe like, you just waiting to get in line or however it is. But I'm hoping, again, nothing happens. My babies stay safe because they're getting bigger and they can move more.
Her on lockdown. We still do, like, Millie doesn't. She hasn't been inside a store since
Anaya too. Yeah,
like we don't bring Millie to the store no matter what. Like, Katie gotta go to the store. And they've been isolating themselves. So and my parents, of course. But other than that, I'm on the whole like, nah, just keep your ass inside. Like, you don't need to go outside. Yeah, you don't need to talk.
Stay indoors.
I mean, she is going to school, but that I do feel safe about it. They're handling the cleaning. And this is crazy. Like Millie just got she got 3 shots today. And the doctor was talking about, yeah, no, they be killing Millie, man. And like Millie, it's come to the point where Millie knows, like she walks into the doctor's office and she's
Crying.
like, oh nah, get me out of here. He asked, was like, are you guys gonna, because she has another one in October. And these are her last shots until she turns 4. And they was like, do you want to get,
I'm sorry, what?
That's what they said, man. She was like, after these shots in October, these are her last shots until she turns as possible. Like that's why every time she goes, she's getting stuck 3 times every time, y'all. And I unfortunately every other time I was there to hold it down, but I couldn't because
do the second batch. Like, yeah, y'all got to split up, 1 baby per person.
Yeah, like, I got 2. That's Jesus. Right, man. That's the process, bro. I forgot about that, man. But yeah, nah. We're chilling. We
just being smart about it.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Like I still come home and after I get off work, I still wash my hands and take off my clothes before I even touch Millie. So I didn't say I showered. Like CK said, he's in Cali, and Atlanta is not slowing down at all, man. These crazy people out here, just they want to be on lockdown forever, and it's crazy, man. I've never seen nothing like this.
People think that second round stimulus coming. I'm like, boy, y'all got it confused. This second round stimulus, first batch. I was like, I don't know what y'all thinking.
So when am I gonna get my next one? I'm gonna get mine in January. What the hell? Like I just got mine from earlier this year. I got mine at the end of.
Bro, when y'all started getting yours in what, like May? It took.
Oh, that's when people was getting theirs.
Yeah, my mom and them got theirs in May. They sent me one, but it didn't get here till like late mid-June. I was like,
who you telling?
It's Trump, but I ain't giving this back.
So I'm keeping it. But
you better believe it.
I got mine day 1.
Yeah. Really? See, I hate people like you, man. What the hell? But yours direct though, right?
Yeah. It was woke up in the morning like, oh, we rich.
Yeah, see, all my stuff. Yeah, we still doing our stuff paper. But that's the thing, like my mom, because my mom was an accountant, so it's like there's benefits to it that way, but then there's the negatives, and that the negative was I got my stimulus check beginning.
But you got it when everybody else ran out, so it's like
right. But yeah, honestly, it did help us out the timing that it did come through. But yeah, man, I don't know how to use words with this one. It is scary. Obviously, this whole thing has been scary, but at the same time, I just feel like common sense is just what's so lost in what's going on with everything. Like, obviously, you don't want to be withheld to just being in one place for such a long period of time. Everybody hates it. But the thing is, the fact that there's so many people who have a lack of restraint, and they're just like, you know what, YOLO. But the thing is, you're not YOLOing yourself. You're YOLOing a lot of other people. Because you out here, like, you don't know what you have. Luckily, we know that we are all negative here in this household. But in the same breath, we still trying to stay strong. So it stays that way. Favorite sandwich from their favorite spot because they shut down with everything going on. It's just crazy. It's just all insane. They can't get their haircuts and whatnot. But in that same breath, I think it's really cool to see that a lot more of these restaurants and barbershops and stuff like that are, bringing it outside. I feel like it's a temporary fix. It's obviously not going to be the end all be all, but it's a fix, so you could still get your experience that you want, but at least you're outside and, it's easier for everything to be regulated that way.
Yeah, I respect all the stores that are, enforcing the and put your mask on type stuff, man.
100%.
I was walking into T-Mobile today, and I have one of the masks that it's like a scarf thing you wear around your neck and you just pull it up. I was walking in the door, dude almost tackled me at the door. You gotta put a mask on. I was, oh damn. Okay,
I'm with you. I'm on your side, Chief. Yeah, I don't know worry about me. I'm with you. Yeah, mask off. I'm about that mask life. Yeah, that's crazy because there's the bougie areas out here in California. Like they man, like it's one thing to already be black in those areas, But then when you out there in their grocery stores with a mask on, the way that people be looking at you like, you're wearing that, you must be sick because you're wearing a mask. It's
Man,
like,
I
no,
can't stand wearing them damn things.
right, I can't
smart because I
stand.
don't want it. You got
okay,
it.
Mars understands my complaint with them. There's only so much you can keep a mask on till your glasses get fogged up, and then I'm just pissed. I'm like, yo, why? And then I take these off, and I'm
You blind.
nearsighted, so
Just
I
say it.
can't
You
see
blind.
shit near me. I'm like, bro, what? Like, come on, like, what is this? Go away.
I gotta do that all day, man. Glasses be getting fogged up. Gotta be in Amazon, walking up these long ass driveways. Glasses fogging up and down, up and down, up. And I'm like, man, this is the worst thing ever, bro.
Bro, I'm telling you,
y'all
next
get
year
for
I'm getting
watching videos
contacts.
on phone.
I gotta get contacts next year, or LASIK, one of them. I got to.
I'm for the LASIK life.
LASIK cringes me out, man. Just the whole
Actually,
process.
bro, I've watched the surgery be done like 5 times on. Soften it up, remold it, and close it together, and boom, it literally don't take nothing but 10 minutes per eye, damn near.
Yeah, the thing that gets me though is that you're awake the whole
You
time.
gotta hold your eyeball open though the entire
bro.
time.
That's the thing that gets me.
Oh my gosh! Just give me the glasses. I maybe I don't know it because I don't have that life.
You say that until you don't have. I've been
You're
wearing
right.
them since I
You're
was
right.
14, bro. Like
You're
you say
right.
that.
You're right. You're right. But my little brother Nick, he got glasses on. He says that he'd much rather keep the glasses, maybe get contacts than do LASIK. And I'm like, all right, cool. So I'm not crazy. But you're right.
It
I don't
depends
know.
on your cornea though.
I
Like
don't
my
know. It
corneas
depends
are
on the
shaped
people.
are really heavily shaped like football. So even when I asked about getting contacts, it was like because they have to mold it a certain way so it sticks and doesn't flop or fall off. Like it would definitely cost me a lot of money. So like just to get one that's perfectly shaped to my corneas. I'm like, man.
Would y'all let your kids get LASIK?
What?
If it's cheaper than me getting it?
Kids get LASIK? Like right now, they're old enough. Like I'm not saying like at the age they are now, but like they're like, I'll say like 15, 16, 17, high schoolish, and they're like, Dad, I want to get LASIK.
Well, it depends. I think it's more of a price thing.
I think, I'm like, how much that thing costs? I was like, because if we can go in half on a discount, I'm with it.
Yeah, look, we could do the contact route. We could do the glass route. If you really feel this way, let's find these prices. If I find out that price is too damn bad, then we're gonna make you some wooden glasses, and that's your life. I don't know what to tell you. I'm not, man. So it's more the price than anything else. Like it's not a tattoo. Right. Like if they're fine with it, I'd be fine with it if it's something that's affordable. I get it.
I think later on in life, like when they're old enough to actually do it, I think it's gonna be real affordable because now it's even when I looked like 6-7 years ago, it was a lot of money, and
it's
now
it's not too expensive.
It's not too bad.
Last time I looked, I know maybe like 2 years ago, it was like $2,000 an eye. Like that's without insurance.
Bro, I don't know where you was looking. A spot where I was at in Seattle, Washington, dog.
$2,000 in
$200 an eyeball.
Tess is going to somebody's basement.
No.
I
do not know the logistics of it, but this his business practice, 5 stars, recommendations through the 9. He was like, I don't know how the insurance covers the price he throws out there per eyeball, and that's not including my barber he paid $2,000 per eye with lifetime insurance, meaning he could get his eyeballs adjusted at any point if anything goes wrong. So like, if you get insurance to cover it for life, that makes sense. But I'm like literally just getting the adjustment. I think the insurance on the eyes is what makes it cost so much, but the adjustment probably don't even cost that much.
Nah, that man got coconut. He got cucumber water in the lobby. That's the only thing it could be because there's no way.
Butts in his basement in the room over.
Look, this was in an optometrist's office, so this was not in somebody's basement, bro. He was literally in a hospital wing for optometry. I'm like, dog, if he can personally say he'll only charge $200 per eyeball, I'm like, bro, you telling me all I need is $500? But again, that's not including his fees for being the doctor and stuff like that. That's just to get the eyes corrected. You paying $200 an eyeball. You paying double deuce for the popski. But everything after that, I don't know how much it costs. I was impressed.
One eye and then says, "Oops."
Man, shut
Oh
up.
my God, Ted's coming out looking at two different directions.
But you know,
He can see.
hey,
At
you're
least he can
laughing, but
see,
that
but
that
his
shit
eyes
actually
go.
happens a lot. That shit happens a lot during LASIK. Some people like,
Tez,
but that's the
I
thing.
can imagine.
They go back in and adjust. It's easy to adjust, and I'm like, well, how do you
Chill
adjust
out,
my
bro.
eyeball?
Chill out. Chill out.
It apparently it happens, bro. Sometimes they don't fix it or they make somebody look cockeyed and they just go in and fix it.
Nope, I'm not for
It's
it.
like, Doc, why do I see three of you?
Three.
Like,
Doc, why do I see your shoes and see the roof at the same time?
What is that?
Man.
That just happened in a Will Smith movie, the animated movie, when he turned into the pigeon.
The pigeon, yeah.
Like,
Oh yeah,
my butt and you at the same time.
yeah. I heard it was actually pretty funny.
Yeah, I heard too. I didn't see it yet.
I heard it was like Shark Tale, but he's a bird. I was like, all right.
Basically.
Shark Tale was
I was about to say I like Shark Tale. Like people talk so much trash on Shark Tale. I thought Shark Tale was great.
That's a funny analogy.
Anyways, yeah, that's what everyone said. It was like, yo, you like Shark Tale? Man, you like this is the same thing. He's just a bird. And the Spider-Man's in it. I'm like, oh my God. All right, well, thanks, guys. Anyways,
right.
but we're wrapping up towards the end of the show. And you know that I always close out these things with okay, what? And this week is I had a few. I just don't know which one I want to go with and which one I like better.
I was just gonna say
But
you had a few drinks. I was gonna say, damn, CK.
I sure did. I'm out here in my Mars game right now. I had a few drinks, you know.
I said I feel entangled about that film.
And you know, I'm talking about it's all good. No, I'm not having a few drinks, ladies and gentlemen. That's a lie. Again, just like with the main topic of this episode, I did some of the ones I had that came to me were because of my experiences in the hospital. Now, unfortunately, boys, and I know
Terrible.
I'm just sending you videos.
Oh my gosh, she look Carly. All love to my baby Carly. She did so good. She had it. You know, circumstances were what they were. I was ready. I was not gonna look though. So either way, I wasn't gonna look. I didn't have to look, but if it happened, I wasn't.
Guts on it. You can look at guts on it, bro. I applaud you, dog, because on everything I can't see guts on the table, dog.
It looked like a watermelon. Like I don't know how else to explain it. It looked like a watermelon, and like just take like a scoop out of it. That's what it looked like on the inside. That's what it looked like. No, don't like that. All right. Anyways, but where I'm going with this, okay, what I have for you guys. All right, so the okay, what I have for you guys. Now, for those who may not know, if this is your first time listening to the show, okay, what is an instance where, you know, dads get a bad rap. You know, dads forget this, forget that, don't do this, don't do that, blah, blah, blah. We've had so many instances in the past where we talk about like packing the diaper bag or changing diapers or blah, blah, blah. So we've all been on, even though Tez just said that he cut his, I don't know where you're at with yours, Mars, but we've been on this HelloFresh tip, right? Yes or no?
Right. Yep.
Okay. So my question comes to you with this, because with us going back and forth from the hospital and whatnot, you know, there's been times where we've just said F cooking. We're just going to be eating out. We've been eating out a lot. If we do remember to eat, we're being better now, but, you know, just been stressful time. Anyways, the okay, what I have for you guys this week. Have you guys in instances where, especially now with the coronavirus and whatnot going on, where you are putting in orders or, you know, you're going to do things for the family or whatnot, where you forget a certain item, whether it be food, whether it be you're picking up groceries, whatever it may be, you forget a certain item and then you try to play up a whole excuse for you forgetting that item? Or are you straight up with you forgetting up the item? Now, I'll go first. The reason why I bring this up is because this has happened to me several times, but it happened to me more recently. So I'm the kind of guy where it's like, you know, we have a grocery list, but sometimes we have quick things that we need to pick up. So then I'll be like, all right, so, you know, I'll get the milk, the bread, blah, blah, blah. Got it. But the thing was, we had talked about this often. We were talking about, because Anaya, she loves her cereal. So the biggest thing for me to pick up was the milk, but we also wanted to pick up some other things for dinner that night. So I'm like, I got it. She's like, when we text you, I'm like, no, I got it. It's easy. Just when we get milk and these da. So then obviously this is going to where I picked up everything for dinner, picked up the cereal, did not pick up milk. And I came home I told the stupidest lie. I was like, yo, it's crazy. Like, with the coronavirus thing right now, like,
What
it was
had happened
all out
was,
of milk. There was none. Try again tomorrow, knowing damn well that I just
hold
forgot.
up,
So the next day, I
now
just
on that
went and picked
Silk
up some
Life,
milk.
respect.
Yeah, we have been for a long time. We've been for probably about 2 years now.
You're
Yeah,
the only one in this house still be drinking that damn moo titty. I'd be like, all right.
that moo milk. So I don't know if you guys have had, like I said, it could be anything. But if you go, like you initially went to go pick something up, you forgot it. Have you ever had an instance where you just be like, oh, yo, babe, I forgot, or you pulled a Chris and pull some lie out of your butt so you don't get yelled at?
I wouldn't say I pulled a lie out of my butt, but like, yo, there was one time I was supposed to go shopping, and like I think it was pre-COVID. Like COVID wasn't a thing yet, because I could still walk in and out of Walmart. But for some reason, something I had eaten that day. They had the Beyond Meat burgers, like the Beyond patties, but like
No, it
meatball
messed you up?
form. It from Subway. I got a Beyond Meatball Subway from dog. That thing, 30 minutes after I ate it and went shopping, I was like, yo, I'm starting to like sweat. And I'm like, yo, what's wrong? Like they got the bubble guts and I'm trying to go through here and shop. I'm missing everything. I'm supposed to get chicken. I'm supposed to get all the Kira stuff, basically. I'm supposed to get chicken. I'm supposed to get cheese. I'm supposed to get all this shit. I was like, I done forgot everything Kira asked for. And I've been booked because I don't like using public toilets, though. I already got enough skin issues because of my condition. I'd be damned if I sit on a public toilet. Boys, if you have my skin condition, big dog, you be wary of where you be.
I don't have your skin condition. I can't do it.
You be out here raw butting them toilets, Mars. You trifling.
Listen, I've only learned within the past couple of months because of work, because of Amazon. Like there's no steady bathroom. I can't drive an hour from home. That's gonna set me back like a whole day.
That's you, but see, I'm lucky that my house ain't too far from anywhere. I gotta poop.
Before I started working at Amazon, I was right there with y'all. But now it's just like, hey man, look.
When it gotta go, you let that thing float.
But that was the thing. I literally
you didn't get anything
messed around.
List,
dog, I forgot so much stuff because I had to poop. But the thing was, when I looked at the cart, it looked so full. I'm like, I got it. Come on, man, ring this shit up.
You was like picking up every other thing on the list because you just weren't thinking straight. You were just like, look, whatever
on the list. I was like, oh man, what I'm missing? You missed the meat. You missed the chicken, huh? I mean, I guess I just like
you did?
My stomach hurt.
Oh. So you got
I was like, I gotta go back. Only time just because I had to poop real bad. I'm just like, no, I can't.
But that's
warranted.
I feel like that's a good save. I did not have to poop. My dumb soul just forgot. And the thing is, I got a good memory. I just
keep
forgot.
It a buck though. If I was in the same predicament, I'd make sure that it's something that I know could pass. Because sometimes because of pandemics, I'm like, man, you know what? They had no meat. I just walked through there and nothing.
See, they had no milk, bro. What you mean?
Right.
Yo,
they had a full rack.
The first one after COVID.
They were just stocked. They just stocked that.
Brand new. He was like, yo, I got a whole case. You want one? She goes, I don't know today. Bro. Fuck me. I'm out.
My gosh. No. It's just you feel like such an idiot making that second trip back. So it's like,
then you be like, I'm wasting gas. Like, I don't know. For me, when it comes to y'all, I meticulously plan my gas usage. I'm like, I'm not trying to backtrack. We getting it all. I start from here and I know the route to get to back to point A, so I ain't wasting no gas. I ain't got to do this and do that. No, it's all calculated. I'm in. I'm going to the gym. On the way to the gym, I'm busting hit store 1.
If I missed it, I missed it. We'll try again tomorrow.
Exactly. I was like, I got one run. If you want it that bad, you might have to go out and get it yourself. But
Mars, have you had an instance?
2 weeks ago, 100%. Just happened fresh. I'm here. Like, I'm here for it, man. And this is the great thing because you have HelloFresh. It was exactly what HelloFresh, man. So I don't know if Blue Apron or anything else, whatever. You guys pick your meals for the next week, right?
Yeah, we can pick for up to a month.
Your whole thing up for a month.
Well, we've been doing weekly.
We just switched over to HelloFresh, by the way.
Oh, you did?
Welcome.
Yeah, cheaper. And I the meals that y'all been having look just as good. So I'm like, yeah, we ain't gonna
I'm telling you, get the couscous.
We just had couscous tonight. But anyway, so we've been doing weekly, like she'll pick a week and I'll pick a week. So it was my turn to pick. and it was like we pick every Friday night, and if you don't pick, they auto pick for you.
Yes, right.
Mhm.
So
Oh no, Mars.
100%, you already know where it's going. I'm sitting here playing the game. Katie was like, I'm about to go to bed. Don't forget to pick your, do the meals for next week. All right, cool, whatever. I'm doing the meals next week. Bro, I
Man.
forgot.
This man
The
took
meals
the
came.
game.
We had some salad, and Katie was. She ain't believe me not one bit.
Oh yeah, of course
She ain't
not.
believe me
You
not
were
one.
better off actually telling the
Man.
damn truth.
I
Probably would've
was playing the game,
no.
man. I just got lost, and I forgot the
Hey,
order,
At
man.
least I ain't seen no goosenecks.
But yeah, that was probably the worst week we had. I tried those Brussels sprouts. I didn't like them, man. I was like,
You don't
who
like
eats
Brussels sprouts, bro?
Yo,
So, bro, I
Yes,
tell you, if you gonna make them yourself, bacon and cheese with your Brussels sprouts. I think that
Nah,
would
I'm
be probably one of the.
lemon roasted Brussels sprout kind of guy. I like lemon
I'm-
roasted with some garlic.
Hold
I'm
on,
a non-existent
parsnips, Brussels
I-
sprouts, red
Not a Brussels.
red potatoes,
That's not going on in there.
oregano, rosemary, and basil and olive oil, and bake them things for like 10-15 minutes.
Boy, you eat the whole garden right there.
But
You
it's
just cut up
so
some broccoli,
good.
some Brussels sprouts, some olive oil, sprinkle some lemon on there, some salt, pepper, oregano.
Ew. I don't like Brussels sprouts. And it's confirmed.
All right, well, now we know where Millie's getting it from, ladies and gentlemen. And we came full circle. And now on that note, that is where we're going to wrap it up this week. We had another good episode of PopsCast. Guys, I know I had said last show that we were going to open up the YouTube channel. It is my fault. Channel is not open yet, but stay tuned. There is going to be a PopsCast channel where we will be doing these video forms. Everything else will be the same. The podcast with the podcast will be going. Well, Tez is going to get to that in just a second, but we will be having a PopsCast YouTube page where we will be posting these things. We'll be posting segments from these live streams, these podcasts that you hear every. Yes, we're excited to expand on more stuff with this because we're having a lot of fun with this. So stay tuned to that. But yeah, Tez, go ahead and hit him with that plugs on everything else.
Yeah, man, if you could, we'd be very grateful and appreciative if you gave us 5 stars, thumbs up, like the podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, any of the other platforms that you may find at Facebook. You can like us. We don't have stars or anything yet like that on Facebook, which is, I think, Facebook's version of like bits and currency, because we're still new to this and we're not in their affiliate or partner program, which is don't worry about that. But just giving the video a like, a share, comment, letting somebody else know about it. On YouTube, same thing. Like CK said, we will eventually have the PopsCast YouTube page separate from the NGA page, though NGA is still home. PopsCast is going to be its own entity outside of the Never Game Alone community. But with that, I would like to leave it on the floor that next week, being it is my week to host, I'm trying to make it a thing that every 6th episode we would have the hey, let's check in. So that's just us sitting down talking with anybody that may come in. If you're listening to this, be ready for next week. If you happen to be in the live stream, ask questions, talk to us, share some of your own personal information if you like, or just bounce stuff off of us. I beg your pardon? Sorry, the following week. If you sent in questions, anything like that to the email, we could definitely read those off during the podcast if you like as well. But other than that, y'all, man, it's been great. It's wonderful. Thank you all for listening. Thank you for subscribing, following, listening to us, downloading. Because we switched platforms, and I've been noticing a massive upflux for new listeners and things like that. So we thank y'all, man, and y'all be blessed. Have a wonderful night or day wherever you are. Peace.